Alright, fuckfaces, welcome back to practicing single rounding, i.e. the fundamentals, artwod, beginner roadmap, fucking buzzwords as always, right? Draw along, practice your fundamentals, get off your ass. You can do it, just put pencil/pen, preferably pen, to paper. Thank you very much. Let's practice single rounding. This is the artwod's grind node. Got gluck artwod, right? So they know how much I love them. Seriously though, I'm literally the only person who's showcasing how effective their methods are from a complete beginner and to whatever my skill level is now. So they should honestly be sucking my dick. But that's never happening because I swear. And they are a corporation and they don't swear. But I have realized, I've continued to reinforce to myself. Yeah, I'm assuming you're gonna start drawing along with me now. If not, it's your loss. You're the one who's not practicing the fundamentals or just getting any repetitions in. So again, I implore you. I'm fucking begging, goddammit. Anyways, moving on. I have continuously reinforced to myself that what I need is more anal. Right, to be more anal about my line quality, my ability to visualize, to memorize, to rotate. Right, I hope that threw you for a loop. But anyways, let's get started. Right, let's just start drawing, and then my beautiful mind will come up with everything in return. Right. It's already kind of off, but this is where we learn to never trust ourselves. As you can see, this angle I do very well in when it comes to line quality. The only angle seemingly that I do very well in when it comes to line quality. But now we're about to go here. We're about to see what this does. Look at that fuck up right there. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But yes, more anal. That is the answer I found after years of searching. Is to be even more particular. That was a mistake about the quality of my work. That was a fuck up too. And it's been a while since I've done this this single rounding practice, which is really sad, but it has been a while because I've been so focused on the artwods. The fucking, what is it? The little creator challenge that I have going on. Right? Damn, I really fucked up a perspective here. That I haven't given myself the time or the opportunity to practice appropriately, right? To genuinely practice because now my time is sort of divided between now my time is divided between doing my main practice, doing my streaming, as well as doing this. And the shorts take a while. I'll have you know that every fucking drawing I've done for the shorts thus far, up until part 7, have taken me anywhere from half an hour to an hour, especially with anything involving the more complicated clusters. It's been a fucking hour of drawing, and then like around 45 minutes to an hour of editing. You know, so I lose out on my hour of drawing, my 2 hours a day that I've had the privilege to do right now, focusing on the fundamentals. I've unfortunately haven't been able to do it as I'd like. So that is, you know, that's just what it is, I guess. But yeah, it sucks. A lot of dick. You can tell I'm a bit rusty, but I'm not really thinking as much as I should either, which is on me, obviously. There you go, and then we'll get that, like that. This shape in of itself is probably not anything incredible, but something like that. Maybe that doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm gonna try to memorize it. Again, I'm really gonna try to memorize it. And hopefully we can fix it moving forward. Okay, I think my fucking handy dandy shitty what's it called? Sticky note. What the fuck am I saying? Jesus Christ. But yeah, let's see. Let's try to memorize this. This practice right here, memorizing and rotating shapes. It's completely and obviously observing the world around me. But again, I have to say, practice memorizing or creating shapes and then memorizing them and then rotating them, right? Whatever the level of complexity that you can handle. Obviously slightly outside your comfort zone, but I genuinely think that's one of the big keys to just drawing from imagination, is it helps you memorize shapes and the shapes in conjunction with other shapes in general, right? And that's helped me really observe things and draw them per my observations. So I gotta put it in a box, as always. Always got to put it in a box. And then right. Okay, well, the rounding was shit. I laugh, but I cry. Something like this. Again, I'm just trying to think about the shape I made. And I know like it's been a while since I've done this, but it really does go to show that even if you don't practice it for a while. See, I fucked that up because I forgot that I had to be behind. Even if you don't practice it for a while, the skills will still be there in the background. Right? And let's see, what angle is this in? It's like that. Yeah, see, something like this. And then just trying to recall, right? This may not even be 100% accurate, but then we have something like so, right? Abajib, that is correct. Fuck me, I fucked up the line. I mean, no, positivity. Oh, I'm nutting, I'm internally nutting. I fucked up the line. But seriously though, that is what you should be doing when you fuck things up. Right? Genuinely, that is what we all should be doing. And for all my talk, apparently I am just talk. Apparently I don't know how to have a growth mindset and to learn at all. It's all been bullshit. It's something like this, right? Something like that, and then same thing's happening here. I'm gonna keep saying something like that until it is something like that. Because I'm a god! I'm a god! Then... well, how do say? How do say I fucked that up? Yeah, it's supposed to be a bit lower. Shape is wonky, which is good. See, I feel good about that, genuinely. Now let's see. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so it's a lot thinner. Again, the concept was correct, right? The attempt was okay. Like, I understood that there were cutouts. I understood that that was cutting out there. There was a cutout there. Actually, what I should have also understood is that this exists. There you go. And that should have been connected there. Shimingri. So wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. Please do the same. Right. I've noticed my views are dwindling yet again. I keep going from like 50 views on average to 30 views. Now it's at like fucking 10 to 15. So as always, I appreciate the fucking one person basically who's still listening at this point and is drawing along. I genuinely appreciate it. I don't know how the fuck my watch hours are still at 100 or like 80 to 100 a month. No idea. Who the fuck is watching me? Who the fuck is listening to me? Now of course are the real OGs, right? The real ones. 5 years from now, I want to appreciate any of my fucking fans. Fuck those pieces of shit. But you who stuck around, thank you. Anyways, I'm just going on tangent. I'm just gonna rest my brain. Please do the same. Yeah, I don't know how anybody doesn't. I don't know how you guys don't get tired of my fucking voice. To be honest, I get tired of my own voice and the same mannerisms, the same 50 fucking mannerisms that I just cycle through, right? I'm just doing some basic rounding, and this is me practicing thinking fast while I draw, while also maintaining a continuous line, right? And then again, I'm not going to look at it, and I'm going to do it from a different angle, because that's always fun, right? See, even just practicing, see that I fucked up the angle there, but even just practicing these simple memory rotations is going to help in the long run with just memorizing something and practicing it, right? So that's also the goal, right? And then slowly increasing the complexity of the simple ones that I practice. For example, something like this, right? I can do something like this. And then we can just make it slightly more complex by doing that, right? Just slightly more complex. Again, always trying to make sure my lines are okay, right? And I'm just gonna cover that. And now, see, it's just because it's already slightly more complex, I have to think what the fuck I did, you know? And the answer to that will be found when I actually do it. Okay, so obviously the proportions are a bit off. And again, this is like me trying to think fast on my feet. That's why the diagonals maybe won't look incredible. But it's not about looking incredible. It's about building my ability to also think and draw very fast. Right? It will obviously have many errors, you know? Many errors. Oh, see? That was a huge error. I thought it was on the top, but it was on the bottom. So even making something slightly more difficult and complex results in, you know, an actual genuine mistake, right? So that's good. That's really good. I'll do one more of this, and then we'll do the complex one. This is actually not a bad practice. Really try to memorize really complex shape, take a bit more time to analyze, and then try to memorize simpler shape, take a bit less time to analyze. But at the end of the day, we're really just building the ability to memorize, right? That's amazing, the fact that I made that mistake, you know? And then we can do something like, okay, that was already a mistake, but again, it's all about trying to figure out my own limits, right? To go further beyond. I keep fucking making that same joke. which I'm very proud of, right? So that's just bad. But now I have to think, because now we have proportions. Right now we have to think about proportions. So what do we think about when it comes to those proportions? Well, I now am going to think really hard about what I just made. Right? Even though I already messed up that rounding, I know, or I believe I know, that, oh no, see? Huge mistake already. But let's see. Is that what it was? No, I'm pretty sure there was a diagonal here somewhere. And again, the lines are shoddy right now because, oh shit. Because I'm trying to understand my own mistakes. Yeah, see? So, the intent was there. What did I even do here? Wow, that was really bad. Okay, we'll do one more tiny one. Right? We just need to build the ability to visualize and maintain proportions consistently. And again, like, I'm drawing fast even though it's causing a lot of mistakes, because that's good. I want to make these mistakes. I want my brain to understand that these are mistakes that have been made. Right? That's why analysis is equally as important as application. What your brain understands, what you understand to be a mistake is something your brain, whether it understands what a mistake is, realizes that that is not the correct path to go towards. Right? I'm going to give myself 5 seconds to look at this. Okay, that's it. That's all I get. That's literally all I get. Now we're going to try to rotate it from, oh, I think I already messed it up, right? I'm pretty sure I already did. Now this is a completely new shape, but we're new shape, but we're obviously going to try our best to still recapture what we lost, right? And again, I'm going very fast. It's very intentional because we want to not, it's not about improving speed, it's about improving lines, right? And the fluidity of those lines. So I did mess it up, but at least I remembered some things. But this, see, completely misconstrued that shape. But that's good. That's really good. Yeah, memory drawing is the way to go. To like not look and to rotate and to draw from memory. That's the fucking way, man. That's the way. Mahive. This is for any brown people who are listening right now or fucking years from now. Just that's for you guys. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. Yeah, let's keep trying to draw very complex shapes. It's the only way, I believe, that I can learn, right? When will this boy learn? They wondered. Well, if you just give me some shapes and let me rotate them, then we're talking. There you go. And then we can do something like something like this, right? I want to start adding genuine complexity to whatever I draw. And we can even make it more annoying by doing something like this. There you go. Add some different types of diagonals, I guess. Maybe. And then what else can we do? I did addition, subtraction. I'm just gonna Add this as well to sort of make it, I guess, more interesting. Again, purely just focusing on form and line quality, right? And that's the thing, is you won't know that you're making progress until you realize, oh shit, I'm making progress, right? So right now, that's the plane. Oh, that's interesting. I could do this. So we could do this. We could do that. But now, even on top of that, we could do something like that, right? Which then we can have this. Hold up. This is gonna be so stupid, but it's gonna be very good for my brain and how much it's gonna hurt. There you go. Something like that. I'm just trying to add shit that looks difficult to remember. To be honest, it's 7 o'clock. Nice. So I'm ahead of my piano schedule, which is good. If that's coming out the other end, should be something like that. Yeah, just coming out the other end. But I wonder if I'm too quiet today. Perhaps my usual vigor is lost. But let's see. Okay, that's pretty complex. I think I can leave it at that. Give myself 20 seconds, give or take 5-10 minutes, and try to memorize it. So using a lot of brain energy, that's the whole point, right? As you can hear, or lack of hearing, as I'm thinking very hard. Okay, that's all the time I get. Let's do something like this. There you go. And now we have to draw it again. So do we need to explain it to ourselves? Maybe not. Let's see. I'll start with here. Hopefully this fucking sticky note stays. That'd be annoying otherwise. Just fucking stay, Jesus Christ. There you go. And obviously I'm gonna do my best not to look there. But let's see if I want the perspective to be this way. Right. Something like that. Okay, I made that way too small, clearly. Yep, that's correct. That, and then we have, and that's correct too. Then we have something like, oh well, that perspective is off, but we can kind of fix that. It's too thin. I believe I made the top too thin. And then what did I do? We did something like, okay, but I can't draw the end over here because what? Because from this point on, right, I have something like this. right? Got the perspective a bit off there, but let's see. That's incorrect. Should have followed the plane a bit more, actually. And there you go. Okay. Obviously, this is way too small, which is why everything else became... Oh, I forgot this. Nice. Forgot this. Okay. And this was obviously... It's not in the middle. It's attached at the bottom. This... Oh, this had a cutout that I completely forgot about. Immediately, clearly. Right? Let me get a new sticky note. Gotta fucking upgrade it every what, 15 minutes, apparently? But... Okay, that was pretty decent. Yeah, that was a good amount of brain energy being used. I would say. Oh, and it was a diagonal. There you go. That's an issue as well. So you see, the ideas are there. This is like 40% accurate, right? The shape is correct. There's no cutout. This is correct. That's correct. But it's not. It's attached at the bottom, not attached at the bottom. The shape is correct, but the diagonal is incorrect. Forgot this, right? This is the only thing that was also pretty decent. But that's good. So let's just draw another shape and just try to make it as convoluted as we can. I think that's an incorrect diagonal. Yeah, it's an incorrect diagonal, but we're gonna roll with it, obviously. Something like that. And again, trying to find that balance between creating accurate lines and keeping the rounding in mind. Right? Okay. See, that shape seems like it shouldn't be too hard. Let me get my fucking sticky note. Let me sticky that shit up. But this is the thing. I'm training myself to have that fine balance between speed, applicability, or application, and memorization. Right? The holy trinity of this one skill in particular that is not part of anything else, which is the beautiful part. It's infinite. So let me do that again. So let me memorize the shape. Okay, that's what I did. And then I have to rotate it, right? So right, if that's the angle, then something like that. Right, again, these mistakes I'm making with the lines are amazing. They really teach me that I have a lot to go before I can save anyone. Okay, I made that too small. I'm gonna make it bigger again, because we have to keep proportion in mind. Proportion is very important. See, that's already a bit better. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and then if that's, again, I want to calculate relatively fast as well, right? But again, see, that was a fuck up, which is good. That fine balance between making sure I can make my lines relatively decent versus actually being able to calculate while I'm talking, in this case, and drawing, right? Because art really is just a bunch of calculations and then applying those calculations. It's purely like any other skill. There's always something to calculate. You see, that was a lot better, but that was a bit fucked. Ta-da! What was it, that one? Yeah, there you go. A lot better. A lot better. Too small. That was better. I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. A lot better. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. This is good. This is really good practice. And then I'll do another bunch of small memorization ones and then big ones. But I think that's a good way to go about it. It's like no matter what I draw, I'm reinforcing the ability to remember shapes in particular angles and complexities, right? So I don't think that's too bad. Anyways. And another thing I guess I want to also tackle when it comes to thinking fast, right? I just realized while I was resting my brain that perhaps my approach, subconsciously, my approach to draw fast is that I'm skipping steps or I'm speed running calculations in my mind. But the point is to do those calculations as fast as possible, but not to glaze over them. For example, right, when I'm doing these diagonals right here, I need to still be able to calculate it. And if it takes an extra second, and that's the fastest I can do right now, then obviously the goal is to keep taking less time to do that exact same type of calculation accurately, right? So that's, I think, the missing key that I wasn't acknowledging for the past half hour. And now we can acknowledge it, right? Which is do the calculation as fast as you can, but do it correctly, right? To the best of your ability. So let's try that again. It's gonna be a bit slower now, but this is good because it'll ground me in that sense, right? So okay, see, that was a mistake, but it's fine. See, that is how it is done. And then we can see. I don't know why I keep saying see, because nobody's ever fucking watching my content. But for those of you who are, do you see? Do you see? I think that makes it a lot more clear, right? So, obviously, lots of mistakes were made with the diagonals and like what I was trying to do here. But the point was that I thought about this plane, this box, and then I tried to think about accurate diagonals. This should have been a lot more out, right? And then basing the plane off of that. That's also a really good way to practice the spatial reasoning. But now let me look at it. Again, this is my quote-unquote simple shape that I'm doing, right? Technically, it's a bit more complicated, but this is good because that way it will train me. Okay, that's all I'm getting. Again, this is all to train me to really recall, right? To really, really, really focus on recall because that's all I have. It's literally all I have. To keep training that recall. I'm a bit quieter now. Why? Because I've noticed that to focus, you need to obviously think, which is kind of fucking brain dead obvious, but not just think, is when you're thinking, you get a bit quiet. I guess I could try to explain what I'm doing. That's also a really beneficial skill to have too, is the fact that to explain your thought process as an artist, I'm sure that's extremely beneficial for especially anybody who's new, right? Who's watching this channel and they're like, what the fuck is he thinking while he draws? Well, I'm always thinking about the box. I'll tell you that much. I'm always thinking about the box. That's fucking just brain dead. There's no universe where I'm not thinking about the box, right? If you're wondering why, well, that is where forms come to life within the grid, right? They come to life within the grid. I think that was a bit better. That might have been pretty accurate. Okay, well, this is too small. Should have been way bigger. And obviously, I know my rounding needed work. right? But the shape, I evened it out, and it's relatively accurate, which isn't bad. So we're gonna do another small random shape. Again, I'm always thinking about the plane that I put it in. I could be thinking about it more. Let's not get mistaken. I genuinely always could be thinking about it way more than I do. And perhaps that's just the plight of the man who's always trying to do more. Right? But of course I could always be thinking about everything I do way more. See? I tried to calculate that a bit better. And again, this angle is clearly very nice for me in not only the way I draw or my hand, but also just comfort. So obviously we're going to rotate this in a way that is uncomfortable, utilizing motor skills that are unfamiliar in terms of my hand, my fine motor skills, right? So again, I'm only giving myself 10 seconds to analyze this shape. Everything has to be understood in those 10 seconds to the best of my ability, right? Time, the urgency of time, I'm finding is really building this skill pretty decently. Okay, that's it. That's all I get. That's it. Goodbye. That's all you get, right? So now we have to think. Not only do I have to think, I have to do it in a way, in an angle that's difficult. So see, my motor skills suffer a lot more now, which is good. If they didn't suffer, I wouldn't be learning. See, I think that was inaccurate. At the very least, I did not think ahead. So once again, oh, and I forgot about that. But I remembered now, but I forgot that this connected. See? I'm telling you guys, it's all about visualizing the box and memorizing. That's too thin, but I'm aware it's too thin now. Not bad. That was the shape. What we forgot to acknowledge was this. Proportions were okay. Should be a bit deeper. Could have been a bit taller in this regard. But not bad. Not bad. Okay, now we're gonna do a more complex shape again. This is really good practice. I'm gonna rest my brain. This is really, guys, like, guys and girls, I'm not a sexist, I'm just a sex offender. I didn't know where to take that. Yeah, we'll go with that. I offend you with my sexuality. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's quite. Anyways, I'm resting my brain. Please do the same, man. Yeah, lines are looking shit. It's amazing. I'm doing my best not to make them shit. That's all that matters, right? So again, some sort of interesting shape, complex shape that I can draw, right? I can't tell if things are getting more complex or less complex, but I'm trying. So let's start with something like right, and then we could go something like that. I'm trying to take good old James Razor's advice, who I spoke to at Fan Expo, where he said, because I asked him, like, when trying to make complex shapes, what should I do, right? And he's like, my biggest piece of advice is don't think. It's like, I know that's contradictory, but genuinely don't think. So I'm taking that as when trying to create interesting things, just go with an immediate intuition of sorts. But obviously, I'd say maybe there's follow the logic, right? So think in terms of what you're doing, in the sense that, like, think in terms of when you're applying it. But when it comes to an immediate idea, don't Don't overthink that idea. Just implement it and see where it takes you. That's my understanding of what he's trying to say. And yeah, we'll do this. See, still trying to keep the box in mind. Shouldn't have cut that out. That cut out way too soon. And then we'll have something like, obviously we gotta have our diagonals. Diagonals are what hurt the brain. So yeah, definitely gotta have the diagonals. See, and this time we'll have some symmetry. Again, I'm trying to always keep the shape to some degree interesting. There you go. Oh, see, I fucked up the perspective. It's supposed to be like that. There you go. And just to make it even more annoying, let me do... There you go. And we'll make 2 of them. And how thick is this thing? Not that thick. There you go. Well, misaligned, but it's what it is. That's on both sides. So, yeah, you see how many fucking different things there are? Angles and shit to memorize? This is the complexity I need. Yeah, this is the complexity I need. All these different angles and shit to memorize. That's difficult. That's difficult? I cannot speak English. That's difficult. Yeah, it's quite. I roll my R's. I'm not brown, I'm white. What? Anyways. Okay. So, let's think. This, guys, this, and girls, this is the skill, though. I know I keep fucking saying it, but I genuinely think creating something complex and then forcing yourself within a limited time period to memorize it, and then just continuously building that skill. I've already noticed I can just memorize things. Fuck! I always keep dropping that pen cap, god damn it. But, yeah, it's right here, I'm a god. I mean, I'm a god. Anyways. Yeah, like I've noticed just my ability to observe has improved because I'm analyzing, right? It's all a carryover. I observe shapes better in real life, and I'm starting to be able to draw them from imagination to a degree of believability, right? And I showed it to my girlfriend. She's like, wow, that looks like blank, right? And she knows how much work I put into the art. She knows exactly what I'm doing, right? Oh, damn. That was the first burp of the episode, of the drawing session, whatever you want to call it, right? That's pretty impressive, you know? I almost thought I lost my touch, but I already know how to touch. It's I don't know what I'm saying. What the fuck am I saying? Anyways, but yeah, I genuinely think, again, it doesn't have to be to this level of complexity right now. It could be something like this, or even more simple than that. Just one manipulation like that, right? But I think that's the key. That's basically what Kim Jong-il did. At the end of the day, the skill that's being trained is analysis/observation, breaking down the shapes, right? And then recreating them via memory, right? Or imagination. That is the skill. So clearly there are multiple ways to achieve that type of skill. I didn't even observe. I tried observing, but my observations didn't mean shit until I started doing this, and I was like, oh shit, now I'm retaining because I'm forcing myself to observe. I'm also cheating right now because I'm looking at this a bunch, but honestly, I'm not actually observing. My brain energy isn't going towards observation. So yeah, let me get to it. But I hope that, again, clarifies that this is very beneficial, right? But it's all about brain energy. The more brain energy you use, the more brain energy... Fuck! Oh, wow, that landed on my lap. That was close. The more brain energy that will pay back in dividends. Dividends! Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna give myself 20 seconds. They yelling? Family's yelling? Is it time? Is it time for the toxicity? I'm gonna ignore all of it. Anyways, they're probably just talking about something. I don't know what they're... Anyways, I'm not gonna get distracted. Fuck that shit. My dad's voice is resonating into my plums, but... Okay, let's analyze this, right? As I said, more anal, right? So let's analyze this. Give myself only 10 more seconds and then I'm capping it. Okay. Again, I'm building the skill of recall, right? So we'll do something like this. You see, I already know that's too thin, which is fine by me. Is this what it was? No, that's incorrect as well. That's extremely incorrect. What the fuck? It doesn't even make sense. But I've done it now, so we just have to roll with it. Something like this. Is that the shape? No, I think this might have been a diagonal. But again, we're just trying to get the idea down right now too, right? Okay, and then we'll do, what is it? I'm trying to think. Oof, see, this is the part. This is the part where I need to recall. So let me just cover this. I'm not looking at it, but it's just getting in the way. I'm genuinely not looking at it, even though it's very tempting. But let me try to think. I'm just trying to think. Okay, it was like that. Okay, so I know this, but what happens after? Is it like this? Is it like... like that? Fuck. Something like that. And then what else? What else? What else? I don't know. But I know I already kind of messed it up. But it was this as well, right? Oh wait, no. We had to have this. This was cut out. This was long, but just for the sake, because I know I kind of fucked something up. Okay, this is obviously incorrect, but I'm gonna try drawing it again, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna try drawing it again. Let's give myself another chance, because I think I know what it is that I fucked up. Right? So let me try doing it from a different angle. Oh, this is so fucking good. I'm telling you right now, my brain's hurting so hard just trying to recall this. But that is how we practice. That's literally how we learn, right? So it's something like, if it's the other way, just trying to think. So do something like this, right? I'm just trying to really, so it's like that, and then we have something like that, right? And we also have something like this, right? And then that's where we get this, as well as this, I believe, these little pipe thingies. And then this might already be wrong, but I'm just trying to think. Something like, nope, that's incorrect, but I think I know how to, oh, I remember it now, something like that. There you go. And then this obviously is coming out there, and then the fucking this thing is at the bottom over here. Okay. Right? Yes! Haha! I was figuring it out as I went along. So yeah, it was, I got it wrong this time. I got this right and that wrong. But yeah, it was diagonal up here. So actually diagonal back here too, clearly. Right, there you go. Yeah. And that is also like that. Yeah, obviously I completely fucked up this area because I was just thinking about the general idea. But that was good. That was good. You see, this is the shit that helps, guys. This right here, you see this absolute fucking mess? That is where the progress lies. Up your butthole. Okay, let me just practice another shape now. Right. Again, trying to think fast. Nope, that's a mistake. Okay, so now I'm gonna cover that. Wait, no, give me 5 seconds at least. Okay, now I'm gonna cover it. Because again, it has so many different little angle conversions. And now we're just gonna try it from here. See, because that's almost impossible to memorize the entire thing, right? But let's see if I can. Something like that. Nope, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. And again, we have to make sure that our lines can at the very least make sense. Oh, that's way too thick too. Yeah, see? Let me look at that one more time. Okay, let's try that again. This is how we memorize. This is how we practice. So it's right. And then something like, I'm trying to think. Because I'm obviously doing it from a different angle. No, that's wrong too. And it's too small. I'm making it way too small. But I got, what I was thinking is like this jut, this. So I got that. And then a jut out. Okay, so what did I fuck up? Let's look at that again. This went down, right? This went down again, went out, and then it was really long, and it went out. Okay, and then it came back. Oh, and then that was diagonal. I actually got most of it right. It just looks completely nonsensical because obviously it's so small. But I'm gonna rest my brain again, right? And yeah, dude, this is so fun. I can do this for a while, just purely on a memorization basis, right? That's the most important thing is recall. It's all recall. So it's a resting break. But yeah, I might, because there's only, what, 6 minutes left? Yeah, let me just do a bunch of small recall shapes, I guess you could call them, right? Rotated memory shapes to really just keep drilling that into my mind, right? So, and again, this is kind of my default template, it seems. But again, I need to make sure that I don't run into the problem that I mentioned, which is just kind of doing it without thinking. We always want to be thinking, don't get me wrong, but we always want to be thinking. Right? Even when I do something fast like that, I obviously want to be thinking about the multiple rounding and everything that comes with it, you know? That's my main goal, is to literally always be thinking. Yeah. Okay, let me look at that one last time. All right, let's cover that. Again, it's super difficult. It's super, super, super difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's extremely hard. There you go. See, the rounding's already off. The lines are also off. But that's what I want. That's the point I'm trying to make is this is not easy in every sense of the word. Right? There you go. Did I do it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh no, I didn't, because I thought the cutout was here when the cutout's actually up here. Right? But the proportions are relatively accurate. So yeah, this is extremely difficult. I want to again clarify that keeping the line quality consistent while trying to improve the speed at which I put down the line, while also keeping in mind the plane in which those roundings are occurring at that speed, while also keeping in mind the proportions of the thing I'm trying to rotate via memory while trying to recall it. You see that fucking unnecessarily run-on sentence? That's everything that I have to account for just by doing this, right? So can you imagine the difficulty it is when it's by doing that? So yeah, lots of really fun, to be honest. Again, I'm trying to always make sure the speed and the ability are not at war with each other, but sort of vying for brain power, right? Not because I want them to be struggling, I want them to be suffering. That is really where we learn. Suffering creates growth. Hashtag deep. But it's true. Absolute truth. See, that was a complete fuck up on my end. Right? So there you go. Now I stare at the shape again for another 10 seconds max, and then I rotate it from memory. That's it. That's all I get. That wasn't even 10 seconds. That's all I get. Again, we're training recall, right? It's the main skill that we're training is recall. Everything else is secondary to recall. Just cover this. Okay. See, and I have to make an educated guess, which I will think about, right? It's an educated guess, not a fucking random bullshit. I think proportions are already off. But yeah, not random bullshit I'm just doing for the sake of doing it. Because that is, again, how we grow. There you go. It is too small. I think I'm pretty well aware of the fact that proportions could have been a lot better. But I'm still very happy that I can get to a point where I can memorize things decently. Right. See, I forgot the thing. There you go. I forgot that. But I got this down. The proportions are off here. It's a bit too small. What else? Yeah, like look at that. These boats should be, and it should be much longer. So it should be, I knew that was an issue, I had a feeling. So it should be much longer. This should be much thinner, right? You can always be thinner, look better. Patrick Bateman. Okay, I'll do one more, and then I'll call it there. This is really, really, really fucking good practice. I have to swear so you know just how good it is. But let's see, let's do one more. There you go. There's that second burp of the session, right? There you go. That's a skipping line. Let's see. Fucked up the perspective, but we can make it work. There you go. This is something I struggled with quite a bit before. Now, as you can see, just through practice, I'm able to create these hexagonal shapes while keeping the plane in mind relatively decently. Okay, I say that as I completely fucked that line up. Okay, cover that. That's all I'm getting. Wait, there you go. Yeah, cover that shit up. Okay. And now we do it again here. I would like to do it, but you know, I would have liked to do it from a different angle, but this is still really good for training my fine motor skills, right? There you go, and then we get something like that. Right? And then, let's see, what was I doing? Wait. I need to recall exactly where the subtractions were occurring. Right? Where exactly were these subtractions occurring? I'll just take this off so it's nice for the fucking thumbnail. Right, there's not just a sticky note there, but where were the subtractions occurring? I just want to block that, but I can't. So I have to try my best not to look at it. Is it like this? I don't know. I don't think that makes sense anymore. Is it like that? No, it wasn't. Oh, it was. Oh, it was. Okay. Well, I did a decent job. Not amazing, but decent. And I feel amazing that it was... The effort was there, and I outputted shit. All of this is shit, let it be known. All of this is absolute fucking garbage, and that's the best part. Because this garbage is what's improving my skill, right? On a 1% basis every day or every couple days. But yeah, it's been an hour. Wonderful. I do have my piano lesson in 15 minutes, so I'm just going to rest my brain, do some push-ups because I forgot to do them before the recording, and that will be all. As always, right? I hope you struggled. Hope you really, really pushed yourself just like I did, and I hope for those of you in the future who will probably take my word very seriously because I'll have proven my skill through grit, merit, and what else rhymes with grit and merit? Shit! I don't know. But the point is, if this is invaluable now, it will be valuable when I'm an extremely goated artist who's been cataloging every single practice that they've done, right? So for those of you in the future who actually take my word very seriously and want to improve, right, and I just see a beautiful channel like mine that just completely shows you exactly every single thing I did, about 90% what I did, and what I don't do, I tell you what I do, like with the memory drawings and all that shit, right, in my own time. And everything's on my Instagram as well. Like a lot of my sketchbooks that I started, right, if you go to the first post on my Instagram and then everything following, the point is, like, I started a sketchbook a couple months ago, and every vast majority of drawings I made on that sketchbook are also on the internet. So the point is, I'm cataloging as much as possible as to my process, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm drawing. So this, if not helpful now, will be extremely fucking helpful in the future. So as you can see, this is a huge part at getting better at single rounding, line quality, all the little things that I mentioned, right? Memory drawing, blah, 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 bullshit. I'll probably make a fucking brain rot video on it at one point. No, not. I'm thinking my short form shit that I'm doing right now. Not brain rot. I'll make a very extensive video on it years in the future. Not now, but years when I can, quote unquote, walk the talk or talk the walk, whatever the fuck, even more so. Right? But with that being said, as always, I hope you had fun. And as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing. Oh, fuck, I fucked up my hand motions. Whatever. Fuck you for watching. Keep drawing. And please give me money. Thank you. Bye.